Hey everyone, Dominator here from the Infectious Racing Club. Let's go over the J50 Car Riot. At the start, there's a few things that I've tried, and this is the one that I've settled on. I'm going to stay right to try and force the AI to move left. I've gone in the middle and found that one of the AI will usually want to swing from right to left and will clip the front end of the car, thus slowing us down. I've also tried taking out the red AI on the left directly and then holding nitro, but again, still getting clipped by some of the other AI, or they'll sandwich you. So I find the best way is just to stay a little bit to the right, forcing them over to the side where they want to go, and then it gives you a clear path. Here I'm starting to use orange nitro. I want to try and get ahead of the AI that are coming down from the left where they went up onto the road. That way when we reach the jump, they won't be pushing me or potentially knocking me off my path. So I'm in full orange nitro with those bottles. And then we're picking up the blue bottle on that jump, and when we're landing, I'm drifting without the accelerator on pretty much right away so that I don't hit the wall on the right hand side. If you do, you're going to get stuck there, and then you're not going to be well prepared for the right hand turn that is coming up. And the most important part is you're going to want to pick up this blue bottle here up ahead while you're drifting so that you can have shockwave to get out of this curve. And here I turn off the nitro just a little bit as I go right because I want this barrel roll jump. It also sets you up better for the next jump that is through the passageway here, the gully. And so I'm going to save a little bit so that I can go into orange and go lead up into that. I am stopping my nitro in the air so that it accumulates for full shockwave, and then I am also positioning myself so that I can hit the ramp with shockwave. Here I'm keeping the shockwave active as we'll get airtime as we go over this mound. So you want to try and align yourself there. A tip here, I've tried to do 360s, but I find with this car's handling, as you're trying to drift left in that tunnel, it has the great potential of just keeping the 360s going. Like, it's just unable to stop it. And then if you do that, well, you're pretty much done because you've lost a lot of your speed by hitting the wall, and then you're on the sidewalk already, and you're already losing, you know, all that speed that you're trying to accumulate with the 360. So I just recommend, you know, bouncing off of this sand mound and then turning off the nitro enough so that you can collect enough when you're doing this drifting without the accelerator on around this corner, trying not to hit any of the walls, obviously. So the timing needs to be pretty precise with this car so that you can go into shockwave again. Picking up that blue bottle would have been great. I just missed it. Now I'm going into blue because I don't want to hit the wall on the left hand side either. So I'm trying to keep controlled. I move into yellow after I'm out of that section there. Through this series of curves, the idea here is really not to drift a lot because the car slows down a great deal with the drifting, even as you see that my car does have a maxed out handling. So, you know, we need to be a little bit more thoughtful in terms of how we navigate this section. So I am going to drift here. Most people try to just use a blue nitro and tap nicely tightly on that left hand corner. That is a good option. And then they'll hit here in a blue nitro state. I'm in an orange because I was drifting, so I needed to pick up my speed a little bit, and then position themselves so they can drift like this around this corner and not hit the sidewall. And some of them get shockwave, but I'm going into yellow nitro just so that I can maintain control through that section and not hit any of the walls, because again, even if you hit this fence, you're losing more speed again. And so I'm maintaining this, and I have, you know, full handling of my car. So now I'm setting myself up for this jump here, dropping down 360s, and then 360s off this lip here too, all in orange nitro down, drifting without the accelerator on to avoid hitting that split and wrecking. Now I'm going to hit this jump and go left, okay? So we have lots of space here. Sometimes we don't think so because we see all the potted plants. So the idea here is to go for the potted plants. That way you'll be better positioned around this corner to do to get around it. And then we're going to go into shockwave. And I didn't get high enough, so I didn't get more rotations. If I could have, I would have maintained shockwave through that section and up onto this ramp in shockwave to maximizing all my airtime as much as possible. Instead, I'm going to go into orange nitro and go a little bit to the left hand side. Going over this sidewalk is not really a big deal because you lose less speed going over this sidewalk than you would whacking into the wall, or I should say the barricade on the left hand side. And if you're on the left hand side, then you're having a problem positioning yourself like I am here, trying to get off the wall and back onto this roadway as the curve goes left. So I'm doing a little bit of shockwave, get myself up to speed, drifting without the accelerator on here, and then orange nitro and 360s off of this jump. Now I turned it off midway in the air because I want to conserve as much nitro as possible. And we're going to set ourselves up for blue nitro through this section here. This section here, I don't quite get it in a lot of cases. I've seen a bunch of videos where people are on this dirt patch and they're not slowing down. I've seen others like myself where I feel like I am on the dirt patch and I am slowing down if I'm not in nitro. I know drifting in any of this part here is just killer for the speed of the car. So, you know, I'm taking it safe. I'm going blue nitro through here, lining myself up as you saw from left, and then coming out of the curve straight onto the blue, and then straight down. I'm doing some drifting here. I'm trying to pick up those bottles. I didn't set myself up nice, and then of course I hit the sidewall, which then, you know, aligns me so that I don't pick up the next blue bottle. So you want to start, if you're going to drift, and you kind of need to, unless you're going to go really right to left, but it's a tricky corner, so I didn't quite nail that one down very well. Most is just trying to get out of it so that I can get back onto the road. So I had shockwave. I turned it off so that I had some more when I get around this corner to at least get into orange nitro. Through that S-curve, you want to stay on the road as much as possible, not go on the sandy patches, and then through to the finish line. A 140.076, good for 19th at the moment. Can't tell you how many times it took me to get that run down. There you have it. So good luck, racers, and I will see you in the top 5%.